This will be an introductory video on the runes by Reverend Dr. Dikki Mullen. As we see here, the Norse god Odin is hanging upside down on the world tree as part of this myth, where he spies the runes for the first time. Here we have some examples of runes, and in this video Dr. Mullen will briefly overview the discovery and mythology of the runes, and in subsequent videos she will go into more detail.
This is Dikki Mullen with a look at the healing and mystical runes. Of the many different systems of spiritual development, one of the most powerful and long-lasting ones comes to us from Scandinavia. And since about the year 900 A.D., the runes have been used as a source of comfort and healing, as well as a way to divine the future. The word rune actually means to whisper in Old Norse, and the allusion is that it is about the deeper mysteries of life. There are a number of different systems of runes, and the runes kind of look like stick figures. They were originally probably formed from tree branches, and some of the older buildings in the Scandinavian countries have runes built right into the woodwork. Very interesting thought. The picture here describes Gadsdrill, or the world tree in mythology, and the legend is that the god Odin, or Woden, who correlates with Mercury, the god of wisdom, in our own astrology or cosmology, hung upside down in the tree of wisdom for 9 days and 9 nights, and at that time the runes were given to him by the 3 Norns, the fates, past, present, and future. And the legend today is that we have to offer 3 coins to the Norns if we want to use runes effectively. They really have to be bought from the Norns. Many people who try to use runes say they don't work, and that may be why. These are examples of some of the runes. They're an alphabet called a futhark. Now that might sound very obscene, but it's like alphabet would come from alpha and beta. And that's just the second letters of the alphabet. I'm wearing a full futhark around my neck. These are all the letters in the most popular version of the runes, and just wearing or carrying them is thought to be incredibly fortunate and blessed, or having just one at a time. These are some talisman blocks that have runes on them as examples. The runes tie in with astrology and other branches of metaphysics, and I'd like to today just read through the full futhark for you, and that will bring good luck and blessings your way. The first letter of the runic alphabet is Manaz, or the self. It correlates with M in our Western alphabet. Astrologically, it goes with the planet Jupiter. The second rune is G, or Gabo, partnership. It goes with the letter Venus, or the astrological sign of Venus. The third letter is Ansaz, or A. It signals. It looks like an F here, and it goes with the letter Mercury. We have it there. And also, next there is Othello, or separation. It goes with the full moon. The third is Auras, or strength. Next we have Perth, initiation. Auras goes with Taurus, initiation with Saturn. An, or Nathuz, or Nid, is constraint. That goes with Capricorn. Ingaz is fertility. The moon and the moon phases changes can be seen with that one. Iwaz, or defense, is next. That goes with Scorpio, and it also has a tie with the hanged man in the tarot deck. The runes do all relate to the tarot as well. Next we have Algiz, the rune of protection, which goes with the chariot. Let me see, we have a copy of Algiz right here, and there it is, the rune of protection, the spiritual warrior. Some years ago, I went on a trip to the areas that were kind of dangerous in Peru with a tour group. We all got back safely, and someone who's a more expert runester suggested taking along that one to keep away negativity. Would we have made it home anyway, or would we have needed the spiritual protection? Who's to say? You never quite know that, if you would have been all right anyway or not. Fahu, the letter F is next. It goes with Aries, its possessions. Next we have Joy, or Wunjo. It looks like a J, but it's the letter W. It goes with Leo. Jera, or Harvest, is next. That's a very good one to write or to carry. It represents the earth and the bounty of the earth. We have Kano, or Torch, next. It's enlightenment. It goes with Pluto. Protection, Tear, is next. It goes with Libra. Burkana, it looks like a bee, goes with the birch tree. It goes with Virgo. Next is Iwaz, which is movement. It goes with Gemini. Laguz is next. It's L. Hagalaz, it looks like an H. It goes with disruption. It goes with Aquarius. Next is the TH, the Thuraz, or gateway. It goes with Mars. D, or Dagaz, is breakthrough. It goes with Aquarius as well. And Isa, stand still. It represents ice. It's the dark of the moon. In the Scandinavian countries, ice, of course, puts everything on hold. And the stand still rune means everything has to wait until the ice melts in spring. Symbolically in our lives, if you get Isa in a rune cast, it means just sit there. The timing is wrong. The S of the C is Sawalu, the sun, and it represents brightness, growth. The last of the runes is the most terrifying one. It's the blink rune, and it represents Odin in space, the unknown. He didn't know what was coming at him from the world beyond this one, and that represents the zodiac. This is from a class that I taught in the runes. It was a day-long workshop. There's so much with it. And you can see that there are 3 runes there. They're written in a stave or staff, like along a piece of wood. And this is a little word in Old Norse that translates, "May the good come to you." And if you want to copy down that little diagram just to experiment with the runes and how you feel about them, that's a good way to begin to get a feeling of whether you interact with the runes or relate to them. They're becoming more and more popular. They're like the Kabbalah, astrology, the Tarot, numerology, and that they're a system of ancient wisdom. For listeners who relate especially to the northern mysteries, the Scandinavian countries, and also Germany, the runes are popular there. There's a separate set of Celtic runes all together. This is Manas, fertility, and breakthrough. And all of those runes are healing and positive ones. Sometimes the runes are used in negative magic, so they've had kind of a colorful and dubious reputation because during World War II, the Nazis did runic incantations in order to invoke the negative side of them. I don't really believe or subscribe to the idea of the runes being anything other than healing. But if you read rune books, all of the authors always say these are the healing runes only. Kind of an interesting thought. Let's go over the runes on the blocks that I have here. This is signals. This is good for information. The universe talks to us all the time. They're omens and signs, and if we listen to them, that's good. This rune was the first one that was placed on any kinds of shields that warriors would take into battle, and it's, again, keeping away negativity or fighting the battle of life. This rune, Burkana, has to do with growth. It's cleansing, healing. It relates to the birch tree, which is a bath or sauna herb. And this is the breakthrough rune, kind of like representing that aha moment. And the creativity or fertility rune is here. That would be good for artistry. This is Dikki Jo Mullen, wishing you the blessings of the Nords, Skald, Urd, and Verdanthe, the maiden, mother, and crone, past, present, and future. The number 3 has spiritual meanings, and numerologists often say 3 is the perfect number. We can see this metaphor coming up in that it was 9 days, 3 times 3, that Odin hung in the sacred tree. 3 days for each of the Norns, maybe, to send the moons. It's all part of the whole. I hope to join you again for more information about the runes. This was an introduction.